TikTok, it's me again. I'm back with a coding stream today. I am very tired today, if you cannot tell. Um, but I'm going to keep pushing through. Because it's Friday. Let me make sure. I hope my mic is working because the other day, once again, it wasn't, and I had no idea. Okay, this is working. Okay. Still skipping. Audio is being super silly today. I'm gonna pause it for a little bit. Anyways, so I will be studying C++ on stream, and so far I've made some progress as far as what I'm learning. A lot of the stuff is kind of repetitive, and I have learned it before, and I've done it in like other languages, but it's always good to build on that foundational knowledge. And since I'm not an expert, there's literally always more for me to learn. Um, I'm simply a beginner. Um, so I've basically learned if statements. I've learned about, I hope my mic is working. I really don't even know. Um, Hold on, let me ask. Um, No sound detected. No, what's going on with my sound? Let's see. Testing, testing. Okay. I can hear myself. So maybe TikTok is just lying to me. Okay. As I was saying, a lot of it is just learning the documentation, and that is just literally looking up functions and variables and all of that and just reading about how to use them. I personally have been having difficulties finding all of the documentation for C++ in Unreal Engine, but I think once I find that, it'll be a lot easier moving forward. It's online, but for some reason, I can't find it on the website. I just have to take some more time to do that. Um, but there is in Visual Studio, there is a help, like a local help that you can look up the documentation on. That for some reason is not working on my computer either, but that's because I literally just downloaded it and I need to figure out how to set it up correctly. So yes, I learned about floats, classes versus objects, state behavior and identity, using a constructor, functions, getters and accessors. I've written 1, 2, I think 3 or 4 codes. So far my favorite thing that I've learned have been switch statements. I think if statements are cool too, but switch statements are like a fancy way to do if statements, and so I like switch statements. I don't know why. All right, let's see if I can get this music to work without skipping. Already a skip. I don't know what's going on. And it only happens when I'm doing this. I think it's because I'm running Visual Studio at the same time. Let's see what happens when I close Visual Studio for a second. Hi, Mr. Wise. I'm actually not making anything right now. I'm just um going over a lecture and taking notes. But I just wanted to show what Visual Studio looks like. Thank you so much for the heart me. I'm learning C++ for Unreal Engine, which is a program that you can use to build video games. There's a way to create video games using blueprints. However, it's also really good to have the C++ skills, and so I'm building on my knowledge of Unreal Engine by learning the C++ as well. Oh, Unity, I have heard a lot about Unity. I haven't heard about Maya, but I definitely would like to check it out. Right now I only use Unreal, and I'm still fairly new with it, but I know that Unity is also very popular. I'm sorry the music is choppy today. I don't know what's going on with it. Maya is the one that you get 3D things for. Oh, I don't know. Hold on, let me look it up. yeah, it is a game engine. Oh, it's not a game engine, but it is, you are 100% correct, an application used to generate 3D assets for use in film, television, games. So it basically is where you create your 3D assets, kind of like Blender. Is it similar to Blender? Yeah, reduce my input of Unity. Oh, that is so cool. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Texturing and rigging. Oh yeah, I definitely want to learn how to use that. Gotta add that to my list. You made a whole NFL helmet in my... Oh, that is so cool! You should definitely share that on your TikTok. Alright, so let's go back to this little lecture. Yes! Share it all, share it all. Well, share what you want to share. I think I remember you briefly saying that you, like, did, like, animation or something similar. I think I remember that. I love to connect with people who love game design, coding, computers, all that stuff. It's like a huge passion of mine. That and books. Listen, if you would have went into detail, I would have been paying attention. I would have been laser focused. Madden is like football, right? You're more into UI now. UI user interface. Oh, okay. I mean, you can still always try. Pretty sure my brothers love Madden. One of my brothers loves 2K. That's the basketball one. I don't play it often. I'm more of like a Fortnite, Sims, what else do I like to play? Palia. Too much coding. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's low-key kind of fun. To me. Sims, Palia, Fortnite, Legend of Zelda. I'm trying to think of what other games I like. Fortnite is so fun. Like, Fortnite is literally so fun. For all ages. Oh, you have a website? Definitely share. I will check out your website. I mostly play on PC, but I also have an Xbox. I think I prefer playing on the Xbox, but I also really do love playing on PC because I can literally just plug in my controller to my computer because it has the USB-C port on there. And so it doesn't really feel much different from a console. Plus, I can carry it around, you know, it's more like portable. But I do love Xbox. I don't play often on the PlayStation, and then I also have a Switch that I love to play on as well. Not a huge fan of playing games on my iPhone. I don't know why, I'm just not a fan. What about you? just in case anyone was curious to see what my notes actually look like, I'm still kind of developing my system for how I do things, but right now, I don't know if you can see. So I basically have a description of what the code's gonna do. Then I write out the code part by part. And if there's a function or a object or variable that I don't really understand, or a term that I don't understand, I'll write it on the side and I'll put the definition there. So basically I can read it and understand what I'm looking at, and obviously recreate it on the actual computer. But this is just for like the beginning stuff. Hopefully after a while I won't have to keep referencing back to this. I'll just learn the information. But realistically, I know that takes time, and I know I also am not always gonna have time to sit down and watch like an hour lecture on something. So my goal is to have this to reference when I'm in a crunch or I forget something, and like I've mentioned I think before, just the process of writing things down and reading it and referencing back to, you know, the lectures and stuff like that, that all of that together helps me learn as well. It sounds like super duper serious, but like I'm learning how to build games, so like it's also fun too. This page is absolutely insane. Let's see. Can you see it? I wrote so much. I will say, I feel like it's important to have at least a little bit of a grasp on math for a lot of this stuff to make sense. I wouldn't say it's like, okay, yeah, I would say it kind of does matter. But I mean, that's nothing that you can't learn, with practice. But it's a lot of like converting numbers to words and words to numbers, and that can get a little confusing. I know, like, when I was in like math class when I was younger, even doing that, like word problems to numbers and numbers to word problems, like, oh my gosh, that can be so annoying. But like there's a lot of that kind of switching back and forth in coding, which is like kind of annoying, but also like keeps the brain going, you know? All right, 45 seconds left. I'm gonna end it pretty soon. So thank you to anyone who stuck around while I studied this stuff. Real quick though, I did want to actually kind of like explain what this is over here. So this is Microsoft Visual Studio. And let me just make sure I got the name correct. It is, hold on. Is it Microsoft? Yes, it's Microsoft. Which honestly, before I took this class that I'm taking, I had no idea that Microsoft had this. So I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's called Microsoft Visual Studio. And basically you do all your coding in here. When you first open it, it automatically has these comments right here that kind of explains like what goes on. So once say you just wrote a code, well, this actually is a code right here. You want to build. Okay, so say you added something, you want to like compile it or whatever, you'll click build solution. That'll do it, and then the output down here will tell you if there's any errors or not. So right here it says build started, CVV practice, blah blah blah. It's just gonna compile real quick. And there you can see it says build, 1 succeeded, 0 failed, 0 up to date, 0 skipped. So that means it was successful. If your build succeeded and nothing failed, then you're all good. And then when you want to actually run it, I think it's debug. Yep, you're gonna go to debug and click, start without debugging or start debugging. Start. And then it will run your program. Which it just did over here on this screen. I don't even know if you guys can see that, probably not. You can't see it, but it ran the program and it says hello world. But yeah, just to explain this little bit right here, when you want the code that you're writing to print something, this is what you use, std, which stands for standard, then you have the 2 colons, and then cout, then you use these 2, and then this is the message that you wanted to say, and this is for ending the line, or starting a new line, I think. Yeah, hold on. I have it written down. Yes, it prints a new line. But you can also use, actually, you can also use that as well, and this ends the line. And I just learned that, so. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this stream. I really appreciate it. I'm super passionate about this. I love this, and I'm still learning, and there's still so much to learn. So it's really cool to do that and maintain my excitement as much as possible. Like always, I will see you next time, TikTok.